Yo, what's going on? It's your boy Chance coming to you live from the Duval Dogs podcast. This is another episode of 30 Days of Draftmas. Today we are talking about our slot corner, Jourdan Lewis. Yes, the mentor for the DBs. Something we desperately needed, something Jourdan Jones said he desperately needed. I see the growth in our DBs since he's come. He's very productive defensive back, wiser, older, can still ball out, still top 5, top 10 nickel in the league. Definitely not 10, for sure. So he's definitely a resource that our young players and just players in general can, talk to, see how he prepares and see how he, became one of the best players in the league at his position, right? So we're gonna see what they said about him as far as the draft goes, see what the scouts had to say about him coming out of college, and see how he fared in the NFL so far. I'm pretty sure he did pretty well for himself, considering. Now, he was labeled a nickel slash slot corner, but he also played outside in Dallas for a bit, here and there. Nothing like full time, but he's able to do so for sure. I'd say in a more of a zone role. He played for the Michigan Wolverines, 5'10", 188. He was drafted round 3, pick number 92. Okay. Around Jourdan Jones's, you know, area. He was a consensus All-American 2016. Yeah, they tell me all the stats. I want to know. Okay, he ran a 4.55 in the 40, ran a 36. Jumped a 36-inch vert. The 6.77 3-cone. In parentheses, they said it was elite. So 6.77 3-cone is elite. So he's quickness. He's very quick. Good change of direction. Not top end speed, but if you can, if you can shadow, if you can, mirror, as I should say, if you can mirror the receiver, that's more than half the battle right there. Now, if they turn that speed on you, you just got to make sure you're in that hip pocket and you use your technique to stay in phase. If it's speed, you can't really finesse speed. You get what I'm saying? Like if a dude runs 4.2, you run a 4.5. It's just certain things that just doesn't make sense. Physically, you just can't do. So like I said, you have to be physical with them, you have to mirror, you have to have technique, a little grab here and there, be smooth with it, be smooth. And receivers the receivers like to complain about a little grab here and there, but as a DB, is it a grab? But yeah. So let's see what else. Elite short area quickness. We just talked about that with the 3-cone. Sticky in coverage underneath because he's not a burner. So if you running a out a in, a dig, as you should say, a curl, all those little short routes, he's your guy. He's your guy. Sticky in coverage underneath, mirrors slot receiver extremely well. Okay, there we go. See? Tracks the ball like a receiver. Nice. High level timing at the catch point. Anticipates routes. Beautiful. Love that. Route recognition, stuff like that. Reads quarterbacks well in zone. Plays bigger than his size. Will tackle and mix it up inside. His weaknesses are size limitations, 5'10 frame, not ideal for outside cornerback, can struggle versus big receivers. Deep speed is a weakness, 4.55, average, not a vertical matchup guy. Best role specific player, clearly a nickel only projection, limited versatility outside. Okay, cool. And he was, what did he say, the third round? So he was a third round pick. Yeah, I feel like Jourdan Jones could be him. Just I think he could be better than him, honestly. Like with the mentorship of Jourdan Lewis, I feel like, like I said, he can teach the players, especially I'm using Jourdan Jones as an example because they are friends, and Jourdan Jones wanted someone to teach him the ropes and at nickel, and just DB in general, but more at nickel because they didn't have that the year that Jourdan Jones came in. You know, they had Tyson Campbell. Tyson Campbell stayed on like the left side of the field, didn't play nickel, was a very specific type of corner, and that was the elder statesman over there. I'm not even sure who was on the other side of Tyson Campbell. I'm blanking out right now. As soon as I read it, I'm like, oh, him. But that says a lot because, if you can't remember who was on the other side, I mean, that probably means something. So yeah. Okay, cool. So yeah, Jourdan Lewis is very instinctual, really good route recognize. He recognizes routes really well. I love that about him. Kind of what I love about him is what I loved about Tyson Campbell is where he sinks he splits the routes up and very smoothly. So like when Tyson Campbell is in cover two, let's say they'll run a short out, like a 5 yard out in front of him or 7 yard out in front of him, and also run like a shallow corner or like a dig, not a dig, a drag route from across the field behind him and make him choose. And what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to kind of stay right in the middle of them. You can cheat a little further back towards the person who's running the deeper route because it's easier to run forward full speed than it is to look backwards and run backwards. So you want to be a little slightly closer to the man behind you, but keep your leverage, right? So Tyson Campbell's good at that, and that's where mainly his interceptions came from. And I noticed at the nickel position, that's what uh, Jourdan Lewis was good at. He'll keep that leverage between receivers, keep his eye on the quarterback, see what he's doing, dissect it, and boom, make a play. And I love that about him. And I'm hoping he stays healthy this year, so all of this can come to fruition because we got some DBs. Yes, we were a little off last year. People are gonna sleep on us real bad this year because we didn't do much. We didn't do much this year when it came to our DBs, and they're gonna they're gonna choose not to do anything. They're gonna choose not to do anything after the year they had last year. Bro, do you not understand? We got Monteric Brown, top top corner in zone coverage. Travis Hunter, a true cornerback one. Jourdan Lewis, top five nickel. Antonio Johnson, number one safety in PFF. Jourdan Jones, number five corner overall in PFF in the entire league. I bet you didn't know that. Elder statesman Eric Murray, who just in the right place at the right time. And then on top of that, we have Caleb Ransaw coming in, who's 5'11", 200 pounds, runs a 4.33, jumps a 40-inch vert, and is known to just do whatever needs to be done to get the job done. That's a good. I'll take that lineup. I'll take that lineup, and they're all versatile. All of them play at least two positions. All of them play at least two. Pretty much all of them play nickel. Can play nickel. The only person I wouldn't put in nickel was Monteric Brown. I would put Monteric Brown at safety though. I would love him. I think would be a really good safety, honestly. But yeah, back to Jourdan Lewis, man. Very instinctual. I love an instinctual cornerback, instinctual defensive back. That's just half the battle right there. Yes, you want to, watch film and you want to be athletic and you want to be all these things and do all these things, but being instinctual, just feeling the routes and understanding the routes and feeling the receiver over here, feeling another receiver over there, feeling what the quarterback is trying to do, what the OC likes to do, just understanding the game. It's like it's just like you in that what's that flow state. You get what I'm saying? You in that flow state genuinely. And I feel like once you are like 5 to 6 years in, and you're that type of player where You study, you're athletic, you work, you work, you work, you can go in that flow state. You can study all week, and on Sunday you can just be in that flow state. You can, recognize the formations. You can understand what the OC likes to do on 3rd and 2, on 2nd and 8, or 1st and 5, or whatever the case may be. Like, you can understand that, and you understand what are they trying to do to you. What is your receiver? What does the OC trust the receiver in front of you to do? You get what I'm saying? Like, that is more of a factor than most people want to believe. They be like, oh, the receiver likes to release like this. They like to run these types of routes. No, no, no. What does the OC like to do? What does the OC call? What does he want to do? Because the OC is gonna do what the quarterback is comfortable throwing. What routes you like? Oh, you like to run a 3 yard out? I mean, a 7 yard out. You like to run corners? Okay, cool. Blah 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 blah. And they're gonna run those routes because the quarterback is comfortable. You get what I'm saying? Yeah, they'll get the quarterback out of their comfortability, out of their comfort zone every now and then, but the goal is to keep the quarterback comfortable, and especially in crunch time moments. So cornerbacks who know this and understand the game, it's very rare to have them, especially who are also athletic and also just a veteran. So Jourdan Lewis is all of those things. Yeah, 4.55 isn't blazing speed, but it's not slow at all. I mean, I'm talking about millisecond. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's a millisecond. You get what I'm saying? So, and when you have run a 4.55, but you have elite agility, that can make up for it in certain ways, because now you've in an elite technique. Now you did a speed release. Okay, cool. My technique takes over then, and allows me to cut you off at an angle with your release, and allows me to stay in your hip pocket, put a little pinky in your jersey, and keep you where I need you to be. You get what I'm saying? So it's all fun and games. It's a chess match. And Jourdan Lewis is, he plays chess, man. He's the chess master. Whatever the chess master is called, he's the chess master. And I like that about him. I love our DBs learning from guys like that, real crafty. I like to learn from guys who's really good but aren't as athletic as like you want them to be. So like, let's say Darrelle Revis. He wasn't super athletic. He wasn't a burner or anything like that. He was athletic, but he wasn't a burner. But you can watch him play, see how he does things, see what techniques he like to use, how he mirrors all those things, and you can relate it to your game, right? He's 6 foot, not the biggest, not the fastest, not the strongest. So it makes more sense for you to model your game after him and then Deion Sanders, where he's 6'2", 195, running a 4.2. Are you 6'2"? Are you 195? Do you run a 4.2? Absolutely not. So I'd rather watch Jourdan Lewis. I'd rather watch Darrelle Reeves. I'd rather watch Ed Reed. Darius Williams is a perfect example. I would love to watch Darius Williams, because a lot of guys are 5'8", 5'9", 5'10", don't run a 4.5. I mean, don't run a 4.4 or 4.3. How do you survive in the NFL with all that stuff, against you? Technique, watching film, understanding the game, and never stop learning. So that's what type of player Jourdan Lewis is. He's a great guy to watch, to mirror, to mimic in this league. And I'm excited for him to have a healthy year. Hope he is healthy. I hope he's ready to ball out this year. And we're going to have to go for a long run this year, man. We're going for a long run because his defense will be something serious. And Jourdan Lewis has a lot to do with it. So y'all make sure y'all keep watching 30 Days of Draftmas. This is Duval Dogs Podcast. And don't you forget, Duval. I'm out.